Hello. In this video, we're going to be solving more advanced equations. This is for 9.4. So if you haven't already done homework 9.3, you need to do that first. It's going to be really hard to do this homework if you haven't already mastered how to solve equations. In this one, the equations are just a little bit more complicated. Not all of them are, but they all require a little bit more than the first one. So let's look at this one. We have 8c minus 3c equals 15. As I said in the last video, I would recommend before each of these, you pause the video and try and solve it yourself. That's the best way to learn. And then you can just check your work by watching me solve it. So 8c minus 3c equals 15. We're trying to figure out what is c. The key here is recognizing that we can combine these two. Normally, we can't always add or subtract things together. But because 8c and 3c are like terms, we can just do 8c minus 3c. Which is 5c. So 5c equals 15. Then we want to get c by itself. Remember, 5c doesn't mean 5 plus c or 5 divided by c. It means 5 times c. So we have to think, what is the opposite of multiplying, of timesing by 5? It's dividing by 5. So we're going to do divided by 5. And if we do something on one side, we got to do it on the other side. Divided by 5. That leaves us with c over here, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So this is our answer. If we want, we can plug it back into the original equation and solve. And so I will do that. We have 2 3's we're going to need to plug in. We have 8 times c. We now know c is 3. Minus 3 times c. Equals 15. We got to do the multiplication first. 8 times 3, 24. Minus 3 times 3, 9. And does that equal 15? Check it on your calculator or do it in your head. 24 minus 9 is 15. So we know we did the problem correctly. So c equals 3. All right, let's try this one. We have 3z plus 1 equals 9. Now I'm going to solve this problem and I'm going to make a mistake when solving it. I'm going to make this mistake on purpose. I want you to see if you can figure out what the mistake is. So I'm going to distribute first, because whenever we have parentheses, it's easiest to distribute. 3 times z, 3 times plus 1. So this is 3z plus 4 equals 9. Now that I simplified this, I can just go through the steps I usually would. Minus 4 to cancel out the plus 4. 3z equals 5 divided by 3 divided by 3. And we get z equals 1.667, or 1 2/3. All right, like I said, this is not the correct answer. I made a mistake when solving it, but I want to show you what's going to happen when we go to check our work now. So if z equals 1.667, we can check our work by substituting it back in. So 1.667. So we have 3 times z plus 1 equals 9. We'll do inside the parentheses first. We don't have to distribute because we can add these. They're like terms, so we can add them. They're both just regular numbers. 1.667 plus 1 is 2.667. Then we got to do 3 times 2.667. This is kind of tough to do in your head. So you can do it on a calculator. It is going to be, I believe, about 8. Probably 7 point something, depending on how you round it. But it should be around 8, 8.001 or 8.1 or something. And now you see the problem. We have 8 equals 9, but this isn't true. 8 and 9 are different numbers. Of course, they don't equal each other. So this is how we know our answer here was wrong. 8 and 9 are kind of close, so maybe our answer is kind of close, but it's not the correct answer. Now, maybe if you round something, you might get a situation where you have like 9.01 equals 9, and that means your answer is very close, right? You just probably rounded a bit. But 8 equals 9, not even close. We made some mistake. So I'm going to clear this by checking my work. I found a mistake, and it's a good practice to get into, to check your work. And if you didn't already spot the mistake happened right at the beginning when I distributed 3 times z and 3 times 1. Instead of doing 3 times 1, I did 3 plus 1 and got plus 4. But really, I should have done 3 times 1. So this should have been plus 3. So let's go ahead and finish the problem had we done it that way. So I'm going to erase all of this. We did 3 times 1, which is plus 3, equals 9. We want to cancel out that plus 3, so we do minus 3, minus 3. We get 3z equals 6. And we're going to divide by 3 to cancel out multiplication, divide by 3. We have z equals 2. Now let's check our work again. Z equals 2. That means we have 2 goes in for z, and this is 3 times z, which is now 2, plus 1 equals 9. We'll do the 2 plus 1 first. We can combine them because now they're like terms. We couldn't just add them together here because this was a z and a 1. They weren't like, but now we know z is 2, so we can add them together. 3 times 3 equals 9. And what is 3 times 3? Of course, it is 9. So we have 9 equals 9. That is correct. We know our answer z equals 2 is correct. I'm going to type that in, submit. Fantastic. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have questions and have a great day.